The most important thing I've ever done was realize all my wrongs. Not necessarily, not nothing specific. But acknowledgement is the first step. What was it? It's not one moment. It's a plethora and it's collectively put together. There's no one moment that defines what you're going to do next. There are different variables, there are different factors, and you have to acknowledge all. Before you can acknowledge something so small and minuscule and put that much time and effort and energy into it, you have to acknowledge all. And you got to figure out, why am I putting so much energy? Why am I putting so much time? Why am I putting so much thought into something so minuscule? Does that answer your question?
I guess taking time to hang out with the family I've got left. Like, I've took time today, even though I work a lot and I'm still in high school. I took time to come over 2 hours to come see my grandma because she's not doing the best. And I just wanted to come make sure that she was doing okay. And a lot of people don't take time to check up on people that you really should. And especially our elder generation, a lot of people don't take the time to kind of make sure everyone's doing okay in the way they need to be.
The most important thing I've ever done was just try your best, just try and try, because the most you can do in life is just try your hardest and don't fail. Even if you do fail, just keep on trying.
Quit my job 6 weeks ago. 6 to 8 weeks ago, quit my job. I mean, I've been saving up for 5 years now, and I've not really known what I was saving for, and just considering that one day I want to see the world and stuff. And then, 6 to 8 weeks ago, I just thought, it's time to go. It's time to leave. Just leave it all behind at home and come and see everything in America, in Australia, in Asia. I want to do it all.
Well, I was taking nutritional studies and trying to study for personal training. I didn't finish the certifications just because I went through a bad situation, but I'm going to be working on that when I get into housing. I'd say the most important thing I've done is just helping people in need. I've seen people out on the streets just dying in this heat, and I'll throw them a water bottle here and there, please don't pass out here, because I know how that is. But, I think helping others is really important. That's what I would say would be the most important thing.
Probably self-reflect. It's helped a lot with confidence, of course, and just kind of your life journey.
Graduated high school. I had a lot of pressure on me to do so it made it real important, but that's probably it.
I don't think I've done anything important. It's relative, isn't it? It's in the grand scheme of things. What have you done that will leave an impact when you're no longer here? I don't think I did anything like that.
Find me a place to stay so I won't be homeless. I was in a hotel room, but now I'm happy that I got a place to stay.
Take care of my kids. They're mine.
Choose myself.
Yeah.
I choose myself, and by choose myself, I mean make an investment in myself. I went through the foster care system. My mom was on drugs, whole family is on drugs and everything to this day. And I made an investment in myself by saying, you know what, I'm going to do my life purpose and my calling no matter what. And now I have over 35,000 followers on TikTok. And she has over 46,000 on TikTok. We're really starting to pop off and everything. But if we didn't make that investment in ourselves, we live off the universe. We're employed by the universe. So we don't stress about where money's going to come from or how the bills are going to get paid. We live out of our car for now, and we just take it day by day and know that, one day soon everything is going to change for the better. So, but if you don't take that investment, you'll never know where you can go and where your life purpose will lead you. So.
Same, the healing journey. That's been the most important thing for me, which is literally everything that he said. It's just, for me, it was choosing myself and choosing that, every single day, to put in the work, to be better, to evolve. So that's it.
Absolutely. This is an inward journey. I say it's an inward job. If you lose yourself outside of, yourself, you're going to be lost forever. But if you go within yourself, that's where all the answers are. That's where the magic happens, right? And if you follow that inner path, it's going to lead you somewhere beyond what you could ever even comprehend, right? And our soul is above logic, right? We're 3 in 1. So we got our mind, we got our heart, and we got our soul. Right, our mind is very logical, right? That can only get you so far. Our heart, very emotional. That can only get you so far. But if you go on the inward journey, which is within your soul, that'll lead you above all of that, because that's above logic and it's above emotions, and that's where the real magic of life starts. And that's how we met. I was actually on a live video on TikTok. I consider her to be my wife and everything like that, because we don't believe in like the legal, paper thing and everything. So she hopped on my live, and ever since, she drove all the way down there, and she cried to me that night after I got off the live video on TikTok as I was sleeping on the streets, and she said, "You'll never have to go back to the streets. I'm gonna make something work, figure it out." And but if I never would have been following my passion and the magic of life, I never would have met her. So.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Probably something involving like helping my friends or my family, because they're who helped me the most and make my life worth living. So yeah.
Between boat racing, motorcycle racing, hauling bootleg liquor, or getting saved in church. And I would say getting saved in church was probably the most important thing. But the other 3 were fun. Being saved, knowing that you had eternal security when you die. Because I lived a dangerous life, boat racing and bike racing and hauling liquor. And God frowned on that, but I only did it for a year.
Raised my son. It was a challenge for him and for myself. Now he's turned out really, really way more successful than, he's just doing great with his life, and I'm really impressed, and other people are impressed too, and, he still loves me and hugs me, so I consider that a success.
I don't know either. Wow. These are deep questions. I don't know, the thing that made the most impact was college so far, so let's go with that. Just meeting friends that have made me who I am, and getting a degree so I can do what I want.
Being a father, I think. Yeah, and raising a daughter. I think that's the most important thing, I would say. Yeah. Well, it's a big responsibility, okay, and it was important to bring another human being into the world, and raising them properly and giving them opportunities, and just the responsibility of it all, I guess. How about you?
The most important thing?
Yeah.
It's hard to answer, because there's a lot of milestones in your life that, each time would be an important thing, raising your kids and hoping that you did it right. I worked as a nurse, so, you're working to make it safe for my patients and hope they had a good experience. I worked as a labor room nurse. Hope they had, for their most important part of their life, to make it as good as I could. And, then you move on, and then you go into a milestone, and another stone is, like retirement and what's going to be the most important part. And you just find that you wanted to live your life as well as you can, and give when you can, and be active and give for the community and help people, and try to have a moral standard that you just are comfortable, and when you leave, you know that you've done as well as you could with your moral compass to do that. And to help families. So my sister just passed away April 29th.
Yeah.
And she has 8 brothers and sisters and 2 daughters. So she had been diagnosed with a brain tumor around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then she died April 29th. So we all were there and given our time to make sure that passage was as well as it could be. Yeah, 63. Yeah. Very independent person. All she did was she had retired a few years earlier, and she had her 40-foot trailer.
Motorcycle.
It was a toy hauler. She loved her motorcycle, and she just, had like a great life. So that teaches you that life is quick, fragile.
And that diagnosis was only, so she lived 2 months. That was it. So
basically, February, March, April. Yeah, 2.5 months.
It's wonderful to see the whole family don't get together. It was just unbelievable. Yeah, you have all these different personalities, and we've been up here from Florida for, I don't know, 8 weeks now. And caring for her, basically. Everybody took their turn, taking care of her.
And making sure the daughters weren't overwhelmed with her care, because she wanted to go home, so she did, and she had her last month at home, and so bedridden, then needed a lot of help and all, but